Hello and welcome to Starcraft 2. I'm your host, Saint Apoc, and in the top right corner is Metaforico, and in the bottom left is myself, Saint Apoc. This is Zen LE, both of us Terran players. And as you can see here, I'm already starting with these two SCVs going out because this is my first attempt at a Reaper Rush. Very first time, with the exception of trying it out in AI against a medium AI, but otherwise, yeah, giving this a shot. I actually don't really know what the appropriate build order is for Reaper rushing, but basically I built an SCV, dropped a supply depot while sending out two SCVs to go in and build some barracks. And then we'll be starting, that refinery pretty soon. And let's see what our partner's doing over here. Building a barracks and a refinery. He's going double gas, so expecting to get that tech pretty quickly here. And he's scouting now. So let's see what he sees. Notices not just one refinery, or possibly definitely only, yeah, he only notices one refinery. Doesn't see a barracks, and he's returning. And how does he respond? Yeah, he's going to look for that proxy. And he's found it. Congratulations. And I just left my my SCVs here to repair each other instead of going home. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was expecting to build more barracks. But yeah, he does end up taking both of these SCVs out, so he is ahead. Just ever so slightly. But regardless, going to be starting my Reapers out here at the 2 minute and 14-ish mark, maybe a little bit earlier than that. Yeah, definitely a little bit earlier than that. And they're about ready. Come on. Alright, got one coming out. Now, I don't really know what the appropriate way to micro a Reaper is, but I'm fully aware that my partner here knows exactly what's coming. He's got you can see he's got a, let's E, there we go. He's got a bunker over here, and now he's decided to kill my Reaper with slow SCVs by removing them from the mineral line, and yeah. So let's look at the losses here. Yeah, I'm still behind. So I've got one Reaper over here and these other two coming out. And so gather these two from the sides and the other one coming back now to hopefully deal a little bit more damage. And I have prevented him from gathering minerals at this point. He's gonna try to deal with this with a Marine. To no avail. Now, one of the great things about Reapers is when they're out of battle, they just heal. So, I mean, I think they have to be sitting still, but otherwise, yeah. I do lose a Reaper here. So we can see those losses. He's still ahead, even after all of that. In terms of losses, but I have prevented him from gathering a lot of minerals. And of course I'm gathering more Reapers. He's gonna try to deal with this. But I've got 5 Reapers to his 2 Reapers and 2 Marines, and I think I'm a little bit more active in having my Reapers attack. So he does end up losing all of those, all of that army here. Back at home, he's mining again. He's got these 4 barracks here to really pump out the Marines. I think this was actually in response to seeing that I had Reapers coming, but not entirely sure. So now we're gonna come back up here, try to get another kill. And I actually do notice that this is a bunker, and so at some point I do come back and take that out, because I don't want him to defend his mineral line. So yeah, this is huge huge economic losses for this guy, for poor Metaforico, who even saw that that I was Reaper rushing, or doing some sort of rush. So I'm gonna exit over here so that I can heal up. And back at home, I'm definitely gonna want to start expanding, because I've been neglecting my base this entire time, which is not great. If I want to be ahead, I gotta be ahead by constantly building SCVs and expansions, which I have not been doing. So I basically start that process now. Even though I am ahead in all of this, these resources and gathering, and I have more workers, etc., it's still not enough to really make what I've done here viable. Let's look at the losses here. So in the end, it did turn out that I pulled ahead. So 800 minerals lost and 150 gas lost for Metaforico. And then we're gonna move these here to start cramming out Marines. Actually, pumping out. Not really sure how to work those mines yet. Still getting used to that. I see he's got all this. I really should have just pulled away. But instead, I just let him clean all of this up, which I should not have done. But you know, it is what it is.
Mineral field depleted.
Starting off on my second expansion here. Really trying to start rushing, and you can see I throw down a starport at the same time that I'm trying to get siege tanks. And I've got, you know, a little bit of gas in the bank to be able to do this. Now, what I'm going to want to do, instead of going for orbital commands, is because I see that he has so many Marines, is I'm actually going to want to go for that planetary fortress to defend with. APM is skyrocketing into numbers I've never seen for myself before. Starting to get my resource harvesting up and running. Planetary fortress is almost finished over here, and I've got a siege tank to defend with over here. Trying to get some Marines out. I think I might have forgotten about this for a little bit. Yeah. Also building a medevac to support my Marine production over here. Which, honestly, probably turned out to be useless. So he sends these Marines to their death over here. Planetary Fortress doing its job, and then I don't have anything on the ramp over here. He does end up killing an SCV. But siege tank is almost ready. Yeah, I guess he did end up killing the one that I had down here. He is going to take out that supply depot. Oh, yeah, I guess he decided, I don't want to go in there, and then died. But anyway, so what happened here? Oh man, I completely missed what I did with all these all these Marines. Yeah, let's just take a quick look at what the heck happened to those Marines. Oh, here they go. Okay, so I did end up sending them out before my medevac went there. I don't know why I did that. And then I just let them sit here and die, and you know, kill off this this bunker here, and lose to all of this. I mean, I guess that kind of slowed down any sort of counter he could have done, but otherwise, I mean, look, he's got 4 Marines already out. All of these are coming out of this bunker. Yeah, he's got plenty over here, and he goes and does come to take this out. So that was a little bit of a waste on my part. But, you know, it is what it is. I am still ahead in workers. Let's take a look at these losses here. I think it actually ends up, yeah, look at how much I've lost already. So he is now actually ahead in losses, but again, that those resources that he could have mined are not, I mean, you can't be accounted for in the units lost, so. Yeah, I would say that the Reaper rush was at least successful in that. And again, he doesn't have any liberators, anything to really deal with siege tanks, and he doesn't have anything that he can deal with this planetary fortress with. He doesn't have, I don't think he has upgrades on this yet.
Additional supply depots required.
Yeah, looking for an expansion he can snipe over here. It's gonna kill that SCV that wanted to expand, but really this planetary fortress is gonna really dish out the damage over here. He's trying to split off his Marines so that they don't get hit, but what it really ends up doing is causing him, I think, to actually lose more in the long run. And yep, there go all of those Marines for now losses that are about equivalent in terms of total resources.
Complete.
So building a planetary fortress over here to defend with, and
Research.
and now going for my first battle cruiser, which he does not have any Vikings. He's got a tank. Yeah, he's basically got a ground army here. Nothing close to battle cruisers just yet. So.
Mineral field.
And if you'll also look, he doesn't have any expansions, so he's actually really suffering right now because of that first initial hit that he even read but didn't adequately defend against. So I talked to him later after this match, and he said that the reason that he put a bunker in this area was to defend against Hellions that he was expecting to follow up with, which I've never done a Reaper rush, so I didn't know that that's the next thing that you do is to send Hellions. But basically, I went all in with my Reapers, and then switched it up to trying to get those battle cruisers out. So he's gonna go for a couple of medevacs over here, and he's really going for that Marine Marauder tank medevac army over here. Looks like he wants to drop with siege tanks. He is going to try and drop with these guys. Yeah, let's see what does he do over here. He's moving them out, and they're gonna get hit by. Yeah, a lot of those guys go down, and then of course he's got 2 Marines over here, and they're gonna dish out some damage. So I decide let's reveal what we got going on over here. And as soon as he sees that, he's like, nah, I think I'm done. And he basically ends the game. So, first time trying out a Reaper Rush, I gotta say that I was very, very pleased with the results. This is the second time that I'm doing a Reaper Rush in this next one here, which actually I think was poorly executed and did not have quite the success that I was hoping to have. So here we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to select 2 SCVs to leave the mineral line while we're building 1. In the top right corner is the blue Terran Winston. I'm in the bottom left as the red Terran. And he builds a supply depot just to start off with, and mine is a little bit delayed here. But that's okay. And I decide, since this is the same map as NLE, I'm going to the left side instead, so he can't immediately walk down here and kill this. He has to go all the way around.
Additional supply depots required.
And I think that gives me... I was expecting that to give me a little bit of an advantage. So gonna build our first barracks here, and then actually go for the refinery first, and then the second barracks. And our blue Terran opponent here is not going to scout. He's just going to build his barracks and have a nice jolly old time. Going to finish off his wall here. No, he is scouting. Okay, so he leaves. Or get some minerals. Just kidding. Yep, he's going to sit here and build a fast expansion. Boom. Getting that fast expand out. Which, I mean, if anybody can talk to me or give me some good tips on the best safe way to fast expand, that'd be great, because, you know, he doesn't have any army out yet by the 1 minute 30 something mark. So, you know, is there a particular order to, you know, how does this affect your economy that early in the game? And what kind of military option do you have for defending against things like the Reapers or I don't know, mass Zerglings or something like that, or Oracles? I don't know. So I learned from my last mistake and just sent these guys immediately home, because it's like, if I'm not going to build follow-up barracks, then I might as well just send them home to gather minerals. And at this point, I think I probably should have had Reapers a little bit earlier than this. But again, I don't know what the proper build order is for rushing like that. So I'm gonna send up my 2 Reapers up here now to start dealing damage. And he's got 3 Marines to defend with already, so, you know, and good on his part for having all of that. So let's look at that here. So he is now slightly behind, but I mean, you know, with building all of these forces, I really couldn't tell you if that's true, because he does have an ample number of Marines over here to deal with this. And yeah, see, look at that. I am using the right click and S key to basically have my Reapers attack and move, but look, I just run them right through all of that army over there. So I think that I'm going to be less successful than I hoped. And he actually, so he has less barracks than the last guy did. He's only got 2, which I think helped him in the long run to build more Marines, and he doesn't even decide to go for a bunker. So he's really thinking about being able to move his army into position. But I remembered that the last time I came up here, he had his army set here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide to come around the bottom side and move up over here. Just now, let's see, going for 2 command centers to do some expanding with, because I'm very behind in my opinion at this point. But yeah, so I've got 6 of them now coming around. And I just see this expansion here, so I'm gonna come in and harass a little bit. And now if we look at this, I'm coming in trying to kill what I can from the high ground, then drop them down, kill them off. And he's going to come down to try and deal with this. And as soon as I see that he comes down, I annoyingly bring them right back up to go up into the the mineral line over here. But those Hellions that he's got are really putting some damage into my Reapers over here. So let's look at the losses here. So I have, at this point, if I quit with the Reapers, I've done enough economic damage that I think I can pull ahead. I mean, the real problem is he's got this expansion over here, and I am just now setting up my expansions. building that engineering bay that I forgot to before so that I can get those planetary fortresses, because I'm expecting a counter pretty soon with all of that army that he's got. I see this and I'm like, oh man, he's got so much. There's no way I can possibly make this viable. And, you know, if I lose this army, it will immediately be in his favor. So I don't want to do that. And I see he's got ghosts here, and I'm actually excited because I haven't seen nukes in a while, and if I lost to nukes, boy, I would be actually quite pleased. But yeah, he is going to kill all of these Reapers over here. So let's look at the losses now. Losses are now in his favor. You know, granted, the losses that he's taken have been to SCV count, so I am ahead in SCVs just a hair. And although I don't have 2 orbital commands, I do have planetary fortresses that I will be defending with, and that can make up for the fact that I don't have the army to support this. But anyway, going to build, hoping to get more tanks out because I'm in a really poor position right now. And as you can see, I've decided to move these guys away because it's like, I'm not going to do anything with them, and I don't want him to take them out, so I moved them up into the top left corner, and that's the end of it. And now building 2 siege tanks to have something to defend against those Hellions. I don't want them running by into my mineral line up here, so I'm going to build out 2 siege tanks to support defense. And I got my SCVs coming out, pumping out. We're about even now, and I think pretty soon here so he's just pulling ahead. Really trying to make up for all of that lost time that I was focusing on my micro. So you can see in my other videos that I do focus a lot on macro, and by microing those Reapers, I really did lose a lot of micromanagement here in the economic part of my base. So he does take out the turrets that I was trying to build here. But he sees that I've got a planetary fortress, so that is going to stave off any attack that he wants to do for the time being. Where is he? Oh, he sent his army back home because he's like, nah, I ain't gonna deal with that. Yeah, so it's pretty standard, just expanding, still trying to build siege tanks here. I've got 4 of them. I think I probably, I am low on minerals because I'm spending them as they come in. And I've pulled ahead in workers again, which I think is going to be, I think that's going to be his downfall because, you know, even though he's got an army here, which, yeah, see, he's got these Hellions now. Even though he's got an army here, he doesn't have the economy to start really ramping up production. And so if I take out his army at any point, he's going to without the production buildings. Because, well, he's got 1 of each here. Oh, well, he's got 2 barracks. So he's going 2-1-1, and then he's got ghosts that can support. But if I, you know, with only those buildings, he can't really resupply. I don't think, anyway, he can resupply this army except with Marines. And the Marines are going to die relatively easy here. So I do see that. I mean, I was sending out my SCVs to support this, but he does see that I've got these siege tanks here, and he's trying to mine these minerals so that he doesn't get stuck over here in that choke point. But he's got a Liberator out, and that's going to clean up my tanks very nicely. I keep sending these SCVs to their doom, and now that he's done with the tanks, he can just walk right on by and not get hit by the planetary fortress. So he's going to unsiege his Liberator pretty soon over here, and then siege up his tank and start dealing with this. But in the meantime, I'm really trying to get those battle cruisers out because you know, that is the tech switch. Reaper rush, battle cruisers, nothing else. I mean, siege tanks obviously to defend with, but I think, you know, I usually think that my economic advantage from doing that early hit is enough to warrant being able to rush right into battlecruisers. But you're gonna see here, he really hands it back to me with those snipes, just sniping everything. Everything is going down. He is being relentless, and I'm just like, no, drop the nukes, because that's what I really wanted to see. I thought it would be really exciting to lose to that. But as you can see, he doesn't know what's going on inside of these starports, and he's not focusing them down. He should be killing each starport individually to prevent whatever's coming out of there from coming out of there. He's probably thinking, oh, there's nothing in there, but I've got Yamato cannon on the way, and my battle cruisers are out, and it's basically game over. You know, at first I was thinking, oh no, he's totally got me because he's got the Marines and everything. But, you know, I'm still mining from one base. And those Marines don't have the upgrades that I have. Let's look at our upgrades. Oh, just kidding, I have no upgrades for them. But I teleport right into his base, and he's got nothing going on at home. That was, in my opinion, basically an all-in from him, because, like I said, without the money, I mean, whoa, never mind, he's got a big bank. Yeah, I guess I can't really speak to that because he's got such a huge bank here. I guess it's really the production buildings that he needs to resupply. He should be getting a Cyclone out, a couple of Marines, and Vikings to really deal with this. But I think he basically just gave up at that point. And yeah, where are his SCVs? They're all gone. Oh, I see. He sent all his SCVs to go and build down here because he wanted to delay me. But I had a command center that I was building over there. So yeah, he's this is basically game over for him. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do something slightly different from what I usually do, and we'll see you guys next